We have some more NHL signings to discuss today, including the Ottawa Senators dipping into the free agent market, and we have a couple RFA signings as well. We'll jump into the latest news coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. Now, as I mentioned, we have some more news when it comes to NHL signings today. We had the Ottawa Senators announce that they've signed unrestricted free agent forward Alex Galchenyuk to a one-year deal valued at just over $1 million, 1.05 to be exact. It was a little bit of somewhat of a surprise signing, but I did have a feeling that the Sens were trying to sign another veteran forward to mix in with a lot of their prospects. More than anything, somewhat of an insurance policy in case some of the prospects aren't ready. And at the same time, a player like this caliber who can come in and kind of do maybe what Anthony Duclair did last year, come in and kind of rejuvenate their career, get an opportunity to play a bigger role and maybe get things back on track. Somebody who could be a potential really solid trade deadline, trade bait piece. Really, if he has a good season, he could be dealt on the deadline, get some good return on somebody who they got for no acquisition cost on a cheap one-year contract. So Galchenyuk, we know, has bounced around a lot, but he's certainly a player who put up 30 goals before with the Montreal Canadiens. A player who you could kind of say was a 3-time 20-goal scorer. Outside of that, technically he hit 19 2 years, but still somebody who's a proven track record, but the last few years has really struggled to find his way here. Of course, he was traded for Max Domi with Arizona, so he went down to the Coyotes. Didn't have the greatest success there. He found himself going to Pittsburgh in the Phil Kessel trade. Didn't stick there. Then he found himself traded to the Minnesota Wild. So he's bounced around here a fair bit, and then Minnesota opted to not re-sign him. Now he goes to Ottawa. So Galchenyuk's a player, former third overall pick. He's still really young at 26 years old. So for the most part, I'm okay with this signing. I like it. It's pretty clear now with this signing that Duclair will not be returning to Ottawa. Between them signing Evgeny Dadonov as well as Galchenyuk, it's definitely fair to say the door has closed on Anthony Duclair. I'd be shocked at this point if they re-signed him, considering that he basically has been replaced. But if he could come in and do a similar thing that Duclair did when he came over from Columbus, they could, like I said, have themselves a player who could be a part of the fit for longer term. He's saying he's only 26 years old. If he comes back and can score 20-plus goals, maybe they keep him around. Maybe they trade him at the deadline. Difficult to say, but it's a low-risk move. As long as it doesn't box out their younger players in training camp. If it looks like guys like Logan Brown, Drake Batherson, Alex Formanton, Balcer, Schlappick, if they are really ready and they get boxed out of the lineup, I may not be happy with that, but at the same time, it's a pretty low-risk contract. So somewhat of a surprise, but at the same time, not so much as was expected. The Senators would try to find one more vet to kind of mix into the mix here with their young prospects. Now, the other signings we had today include the Carolina Hurricanes announcing that they've come to terms with restricted free agent defenseman Hayden Fleury. Fleury gets a contract of $1.3 million average annual value. Of course, he seemed like he's been around the NHL a long time. Former first-round pick, 7th overall, a number of years back now, but still finding his way into a regular full-time spot in the NHL. He's played with the Hurricanes at the NHL level in parts of the last 3 years. Still spending time a bit, either in the American Hockey League or in the press box watching. So we'll see if he can get himself in a situation here. This contract should do it, where he's a solid member of the consistent player in the top 6 for the defense corps. Certainly a player, along with a guy like Jake Bean, another great young defensemen who've been drafted for some time. The Carolina Hurricanes have really taken their time with these guys in their lineup, getting them into a regular spot, and we'll see if this is the year that they both stick full time. The Columbus Blue Jackets have also signed restricted free agent winger Kevin Stenlund to a one-year contract extension here as well. He's a player who got into over 30 games with the Blue Jackets last year, basically split his season pretty evenly between the NHL and AHL. So obviously somebody the Jackets felt like they should keep around here in the system. Should give him a fair bit of an opportunity again this year. Not sure he'll be a full-timer. He may have to do like he did last year and kind of be a player who can be a call-up option for the Jackets, depending on injuries and whatnot. So still another player. Not surprising here that they found a way to keep him around in the organization. Now, there was also some updates today around other leagues and when they may be starting. The American Hockey League, for example, the board of directors voted for a new tentative start date of February the 5th. So obviously that's not, firm, because a lot can change between now and then. Obviously the government rules, the virus itself, and the caseloads around different parts of Canada and the U.S., and obviously league finances to a degree. There's a lot of things that are going to be factored in here to when they can officially start. But right now, they're tentatively scheduled for early February. The same goes for the OHL amongst the juniors in Canada. They're now targeting early February start date as well, with a shortened schedule. So again, all that is tentative, and we'll see how things go. A lot can change here in a matter of weeks or months as everything works towards these return dates. So we'll see what happens, but at least we know a little bit further what they're currently targeting. I know the NHL is still saying January. Wouldn't be completely shocked if it does get pushed a little bit, whether it be later into January or February. I know the big thing, again, with a lot of these leagues is, can they get fans in the building? Because ticket revenue does play a big part here in helping them make money and be a viable business. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully things can be up and running here soon. I know we had our return to hockey, and now that we're into the off season, I know myself, and I'm sure a lot of you out there agree with this, are already kind of starting to miss it here a little bit, and hopefully we don't have to wait too long for the return again for the 2021 NHL season, along with these other leagues, because all their teams need a place for their prospects to play, and it's very important for the whole system that all the other leagues can be operational and up and running here as soon as possible as well. So that is your updates here for now. We'll be back a little bit later with some additional videos, so stay tuned for that. I also appeared today as well on another channel called Wardy NHL, talking with Tyler about the Ottawa Senators and their future. He's got a series right now he's dedicating to what teams he feels has the brightest futures in the NHL, looking at their offseason moves and a lot of focus on their prospect pools as well. I did do a post earlier sharing that video on the community tab, so certainly check that out. I'll also link it down in the pinned comment. So check that out. Check out his channel as well. Certainly some good content putting out over there. He's covering all teams like I am. He is a Rangers fan, so he does have some Ranger content, but he does focusing on the whole league as a whole as well. So certainly another up-and-coming here channel that I'd like to see everybody give a chance to check out, and check out the interview I conducted here with him earlier today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.